Just a quick little fair warning. I have the baby monitor on very, very low, so I apologize. Let me know
Crank
if you
it
can hear
up.
it.
Crank it up. Let's make it part of it.
I love it.
Why not? Wow, what a sentence coming from you. 3 years ago, you were in Studio City going to vegan cafes. Now
Oh
you're
my,
living on a farm with a baby. The ever
yeah.
changing Elle King.
I can't make my mind up.
That's exciting, though, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm very, very happy and I like this pace of life much better.
Yeah, good. Happy, healthy, everything going good?
Yes, everything's going so good. My little baby is like the joy of my life, so I'm very, very happy and excited for Christmas.
Yeah, a little lucky, right? New
Yeah.
new baby in September. September, was it September 1st? Something like that? Is it the birth?
Yes. You're
Yeah.
good.
Well, you're important to me. I love talking to you. You know, I got to know these things.
Aw.
It's my job, Elle. It's my job. So, how is it? I mean, is it going good? Does that thing go off and drive you crazy or what?
What, the baby monitor?
The baby monitor?
Um, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty glued to it. Lucky doesn't like to take very long naps when I'm here with him.
Yeah.
When he's with his dad, he's like, he'll sleep for 3 hours, but with me, for some reason, I don't know. But his dad's up there comforting him.
Oh, good. Dan, right? How is he? Is he a good dad? Is he getting the hang of this?
My gosh, he's so amazing. I definitely picked a good partner and I feel like proud that the dad I'm giving to my family is so wonderful and attentive. And I sleep with earplugs and I say, "Babe, yeah, wake me up in the middle of the night when he gets up." And he doesn't. He's so good. I
Because
definitely take advantage. Yeah.
he knows you're full of it. If you're sleeping with earplugs,
Yes. Yes. And I am full of it. I'm like, "Wake me up."
you're like, listen, I'm a performer. I need my rest. I need my rest. But he's good at all this. He's is this his first as well?
Yeah, both of our first kids that we know of, so that's good.
Are you like reading books? Are you getting a bunch of unsolicited advice from people?
I bought lots of books. I bought them.
Yeah.
Sometimes like sleep deprived, I bought two copies of them. Um, I didn't get past the introduction, really. You just have to do it,
Yeah.
and the more you do it, and you have to remember like you have to have like confidence in your baby and know that you know your baby better than anybody else. So it's been really fun. It's a lot. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's easier to get your arms around it than you think. But at times, especially with the sleep deprivation, like it's very, very daunting, and it can feel like one small thing can feel like the world is imploding. So, but we
Sure.
we don't really have much of that. It's been like delightfully uneventful in that respect. He's a very chill guy.
That's
He
me
likes a
knocking
lot
on
of.
wood for you, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, yes. But
Jeez.
yeah, he's healthy, he's happy, and that's all I can ask for.
Good for you. This Dan guy's good though. What's something that you do that makes him mad? Is there anything that's just getting on his nerves that you do? Do you leave just crap laying around or
He hates who, Dan or Lucky?
no? Like Dan, I want to talk about the guy in your life as well. Because what do you do that drives Dan crazy?
A lot of things. A lot
Cool.
of things. I think
Give me just 10. No, okay, just one.
just 10. Well, he says I'm controlling, not in the aspect of like I'm controlling of like what he does. Um, but I'm not like a helicopter mom, but I'm very particular how I want things to be for the baby. So I can be kind of controlling in that sense, I guess. He says I'm not a great listener. I'm not a great communicator. I just expect people to know, which is insane when they don't. Um, let's see, what else? I'm messy.
Wow, you really are giving me 10.
I think that was four.
I didn't realize things were so bad at home.
Wait, no,
No,
but
I'm
that
kidding. I'm kidding.
seems normal, right?
Yeah, it's totally normal stuff. That's good. That's cute relationship stuff. If that stuff didn't exist, well, it wouldn't be fun, right? It's all part of it. You're supposed to do things that annoy the other a little bit.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, compared to any of my other like disastrous relationships,
Hmm.
all of these things feel semi-healthy and normal and good. If these are our issues, I'll take it, man. It's good.
Which is interesting because when you do go through a lot of relationships, you tend to learn how to choose your battles, right? And these little things that might be big otherwise, you're just like, okay, that's nothing.
Yeah. And I will say in this relationship, I've learned to kind of, you have to choose your words because you can't put things back in once you say it.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to not just like snap and be quick and be hurtful, which is the easy thing to do. Because I like genuinely love my partner and I don't want to hurt his feelings. So things aren't always so worth it. You know,
Right.
I used to always have to be right. Well, I still always have to be right, actually. To be fair, I'm not a
Yeah.
liar.
No. No. How do you guys split up the chores around the house? Like what's the duties? Do you guys have like a
Well,
list, or do you guys just see something and just like, let's just do it?
I'm not a good cook. So Daniel does all the cooking and I sit with the baby, I eat, and then he does the dishes. Um, Other than that, now that I'm not pregnant or like healing from having a baby, I am getting into the rhythm and the swing of things,
Mm.
of like keeping a household. This is also very new for me because um even when I had houses before, I was never home. So through the pandemic, I've had to learn how to pick up after myself, which I know like it sounds like, oh my God, like just clean up after yourself. But I had to teach myself and get into a rhythm. And now I'm like doing laundry and finding a cycle of how to do things and make a house not look so insane.
Mm.
And um it's hard. It's hard to be a mom. It's hard to be a partner and like take care of a house and animals and a baby. But I do like it. I don't know how we're gonna shift into going back on tour with the baby. I have a panic attack about it almost nightly, but I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot to know. When you're home that much, you start to be really hyper aware of your decor, uh,
Yeah.
how often you have to dust. It's like, holy crap, I just fucking dusted 3 days ago.
You
Sorry,
dust?
I shouldn't be cussing when you've got your baby monitor right there. You can hear me, right?
No, it's not 2A. You have to press a button. It's
I'm
okay.
apologizing to Elle King for cussing. What life is this?
I don't know. What does the world come to?
But yeah, you become really hyper aware of all that stuff. At least for me, I did. I got really hyper aware of dusting and vacuuming, and it's like, what's happening? It's really triggering my OCD a lot. You don't get do. Are you picking up that too a little bit?
You know, I have really weird OCD things, like off the gate. Like, I don't know if that's what you say, but
Yeah.
from the jump, I've always had weird OCD things. And then when the pandemic happened, I really like spun out about germs and everything. I'm a lot calmer now. We live in the country.
Mm.
I don't really leave my house very often. So I've kind of chilled out a little bit about that stuff. But the other OCD things are only because I was born crazy.
You're born crazy, passionate. You were born passionate.
Passionate, yes. Yeah.
How is life out in the country? Is it good? Are you like able to go around and wander around? Are you being, people coming up to you wanting photos and all that, or are you able to go to the grocery store and stuff?
You know, I live in a very, very small town. I do get recognized when I go out, even with the mask on, but I have a neck tattoo that's very recognizable and little face tattoos. And
Yeah.
so I'll go into a place and then someone will like, I'll see them looking at me and then will say, I know who you are. I know your tattoo. Um, but I don't go out very often. So when it happens at like Target or the grocery store or something, I welcome it because people are kind and I like social interaction with other humans that are not teeny tiny screaming babies. But yeah, we live in the middle of the woods. So we've got like a bunch of land that I take the baby out on and we've got animals and stuff. But um, I go out sometime. I don't really remember what the question is. Yeah, I get, yeah, people.
What life was like
Yeah,
out there? Are you
yeah,
anywhere near Providence? Because Providence is like the main city, right?
yes, yeah. I'm like 20 minutes from Providence.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, I was
No, not
imagining
at
like
all.
you like 3 hours away from the city. An Amazon Prime truck has to drive like half a mile on a deserted road to get to your door. Nothing.
No, but I will say people in Rhode Island, like in Providence, they think that this where I live 25 minutes away is like a day trip to come out to the country, which is very funny and silly. But living in New York and LA, it takes 45 minutes to get anywhere. So it
Yes.
feels very quick to me. But I enjoy it. My mom, it's close enough for my mom to come up from New York City all the time, which I really appreciate. So they come up tomorrow for the holidays, and
Oh, cute. That'll be fun.
it's really nice. Yeah.
That'll be good. Yeah, it's funny. It takes 25 minutes to get me from Ventura Boulevard to Gelson's on
Yes.
Laurel, and it's just right
Yeah.
there. Gosh, man. So yeah, that 25. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Um, so this tour starts in February, right?
Yes, it does.
So September to February. This seems about right because your new baby should be pretty colicky by then, right? It might be time to get the hell out of the house. Or is Lucky coming with you? I guess, right?
Oh no, Lucky's coming. I
Oh
can't
boy.
be apart from my baby.
Okay.
I'm again. I told you I was crazy, but
Yeah.
you know, my mom took me everywhere in tow with her, me and my brother. And I know it was different, and she was a lot younger, but um, I feel like it could be a cool way to grow up. And I'll do it until he can communicate that he doesn't want to do it. Until then, I make the rules. But yeah,
Listen, 3-month old, I'll take you until you can tell me. Your first words better be, "Take me home, Mom." That's funny. That's going to be interesting. Is Dan going too then, or is it? That's going to be interesting dynamic,
yeah.
huh?
Daniel's gonna come, and then he owns a shop in Cambridge, a tattoo shop. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
How
And
convenient, huh? That worked out pretty good.
yeah, it did. I mean, well, it's an hour 15 minutes each way, but
I mean, having a tattoo guy in the house.
oh, I mean, yes, he's
Yeah.
done my best tattoos, I will say.
Yeah.
But I'm done. Tattoos hurt. I'm over it.
Well,
But he'll
you're out of real estate. You don't have any place to put them now, right?
the places that I have left are like the super ouchies, and I'm not into it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not into it. I don't drink that much anymore. So
Oh,
I mean I do sometimes, but not like drinking, partying, getting tattooed. I hate to
right.
like burst the bubble of what people think of me, but it just hurts too much. Maybe we'll see. Never say
Yeah.
never. I'm sure I'll have like full cheek
Don't,
Bible
for
next
God's
time you
sakes,
see me.
don't do that. I mean, I've got a bunch as well, and I'm eager for more. But yeah, if you can't drink, boy, that's
I still drink. I don't want to inflict pain on myself. It hurts. It hurts
yeah.
so much. But
But if you don't drink enough to numb that pain, then yeah, that's a
yeah,
tough one. But so he's going, the baby's going. You're on a bus. You're on a big tour bus. Are you
yeah,
driving around together? That's
yeah.
kind of
I know.
that's the plan.
Yes.
It
I know you
actually
got the
sounds pretty
anxiety.
amazing. I think it sound from this side of it, it sounds amazing. I think it would be almost miserable if you didn't have the baby with you.
I can't be away from my kid,
No,
honestly. And
no.
you know, we plan on homeschooling him anyways because I want him to travel with me again until like unless he really really wants to go to school here. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I enjoyed traveling. I hated school. I hated the whole school system. I think that there's not enough room for kids who might learn differently.
Hmm.
So we'll just see. I don't know. I'm not an expert parent. This is the first time I've done this. I can only follow what my heart tells me to do, but my heart is also saying, "What the fuck are you thinking? Bring a baby on tour?" But
No, come on, that sounds great. I think
I
it's great.
know.
I don't have kids, so I have no idea. From looking from this side, I think it sounds amazing, and I can't imagine the nightmare of being on stage knowing that your baby is in another town. So it sounds just you do whatever the hell you want to do, figure
Thank
it out as
you.
you go, right?
Yes. And you know what? So many people, so many people tour as a family, and I
Mm-hmm.
respect them from like, the biggest artists ever to people like families in a van. I know them, I've toured with them. It's beautiful. And it was always really inspiring to me. And I was like, one day, I hope that will be me. And
Yeah.
it'll be me next
That's
year.
great. That's great. As I get older, I love saying, I don't know, because I don't know means everything's an option, and I'm going to learn about all of it.
And it's beautiful. I used to say that all the time. And then my therapist said, you should say, I don't know yet.
Fair,
Yeah,
but that's
because it will
just
come.
it just takes longer. That's longer.
Yeah.
So it's called the Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home tour. This, of course, is named after the song with you and Miranda Lambert. This song's been out for about a year, right?
I
It's
can't even remember when we put it out.
yeah, I know it's been out for quite a while.
Yeah, it's been out for a minute. It
And
did
it's
stuff at pop radio, and now it's like going crazy at country. It's awesome.
Yeah, great song that, and that's really something to the format of top 40 and especially Hot AC, which is our station. Myfm is a Hot AC. That country can cross over into that and just welcome this kind of a hybrid of all these different formats. It's great, isn't it?
I mean, it's amazing. And I feel lucky that since my career, since I came out with my first record, Love Stuff and X's and O's, and now I've done all these collaborations in country, and now I'm
Mm.
starting to make country music. I've kind of been a part of so many different radio formats, and I feel old saying this now, but I've seen everything has changed so much. So pop radio has changed and what can make it on there, from alternative to hip hop and everything. And now the same thing is kind of happening in country too, where I mean, a lot of people want to go to country because country is a wonderful, wonderful place to be. And the fans alone are amazing. But it's really cool to just see music changing and evolving in so many different ways. And they haven't kicked me out yet, which is, I'm glad about that.
Nah. Yeah, it's really fun. I remember that probably in the mid to late '90s, there was a lot of these bands like, even those collaborations with like Linkin Park and Jay-Z, and you've got two different formats, and the Roots and BT and all these bands that are just breaking every rule on paper, and it just seemed to just go, screw it. We're not going to be so specific on formats anymore. And now it really is. And it was great for our format, Hot AC, because we can pull things from our alternative station, Alt 98.7, and from Kiss FM and all these other great stations. So it's fun, yes, and it's great for artists too, it seems like. So we're able to cross over and play country, because even LA doesn't even have a great country station. I think there's one country station, but there really needs to be more.
There should be more.
Yeah, especially for a city like this. So this thing starts in February. I know you got a couple shows in LA, March 26th in Anaheim at House of Blues, and the 28th at the Fonda. These are interesting venues because they're still intimate, aren't they? Because they only hold 1,500 people, something like that.
Yeah. But I mean, for someone who hasn't toured in a while, I'm like, oh my God, I hope people come. I don't know. It's just scary to think about going back on stage and doing these things. I'm very, very excited. I hope people come. It's going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to playing new music. I've been working on music for the last year and a half. So I'm very excited to put it out and play it for the audiences. And I'm actually excited to come back to LA. I do miss a lot of things in LA.
Yeah. Whoa. Like what? What do you miss? What do you miss about this place?
Well, I miss delivery. I can get delivery from 2 places out here in the country. I miss really good, what's that? Sun Cafe.
Yeah. That's a vegan cafe, right?
Yes. I really do miss it. And honestly, I eat meat now, but I would eat the shit out of those nachos. I do miss food. I miss going to places. I miss Jerry's Deli and going bowling there. And it was fun. I miss Los Angeles.
When
it's
you're here, are you going to take some time and wander around? Because I know there's a day in between. I don't know if you have time to.
I don't know. I'll probably spend time with my friends who haven't met the baby yet, which is nice. And that's all I have planned so far. Hopefully going swimming.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the
really
ocean?
No. I'm going to find a nice heated pool and I'm going to jump in with my clothes on.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's Elle King right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. You've got to yearn for that nostalgia of being on stage, and I'm sure you miss it. How do you when you sit down and say, I'm going on tour, I'm gonna make this set list, how do you balance putting the show together between the fans who are paying, buying a ticket, and also, satisfying that craving that you have of being on stage? How do you figure out how do I accomplish both these things?
In what sense of playing all the songs that people might know the words to, and how do I introduce new songs?
Yeah, well, how do you play the hits? How do you play the songs that the fans love, but also the fact, how do you keep it? This is your dream, being on that stage. So how do you also make sure to cater to that dream within yourself of being on stage and playing?
Well, I mean, I feel like that's what I was meant to do. I was even more so than creating and writing music. I'm a performer through and through. I live for that. I have weird social anxiety off stage, but there's something that happens and I feel like what I feel I'm meant to be when I'm performing on stage, and I love it and I live for it. So I don't know. It's weird. I've been thinking a lot because I have so much new music. I've made a whole record with Greg Kirsten, and I've been working on country music. And so I also know now that I have fans that are coming for the pop stuff, and then I also have fans that are coming from, the country world.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to figure out like how do I introduce new music, and like I'll be so nervous. It's been a really long time since I've gone on tour with a new record and with new songs. And so I don't really remember how I did that so comfortably. I don't think I did it comfortably. But that's like what I live for, that scary, nervous feeling of, are they going to like it? I'm doing something new and playing something with, new feeling and new emotions. And
Yeah.
so it's more exciting than anything to like think about how to push through that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind they haven't been to a show in a long time, so it's new and exciting for them. They're happy to get the hell out
I
of the
hope
house
so.
to see a show. It's a very yeah, you guys are all in the same boat, aren't you? You're just looking different directions.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
But our goal is the same, to
Yes.
have fun and be together and experience music and hopefully feel safe being with other people.
Right.
It's scary.
Is X's and O's still the big closer? Are you still spending X's and O's money? You're getting a lot of play out there. I think we have a station out there that plays it like now 93.3 or something like that out there in
It
Providence.
still gets played,
Yeah.
but I don't close with X's and O's. I don't know what we're gonna close with on this set, but usually we close with a song called "Little Bit of Lovin'" because it's just really really fun and it's like a big song. But it's time to change up the set. I still love doing covers, so maybe we'll do some new covers. We have awesome people coming on tour with us, Lola Kirk and Fancy Haggett, and they're both really great singers. And so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm nervous, but like nervously excited to get back to work. And this
It's
is
almost
what
like the
I'm.
beginning again, isn't it? In a
Yes,
way. Yeah.
it's very strange because I also have evolved so much as a person first and foremost. So I'm kind of going back into this new. It's weird. And then the last shows that I played, I was very, very pregnant. And so they were like my first shows in a long time. I wasn't drinking, so I was super nervous, but it was great. And at the end of the day, people just go to have fun. So I've always known that like even if you mess up, I always make fun of myself first, and people will usually like they'll laugh with you, and they'll remember that like, oh, that was a moment of the show, and we all laughed about it, and it was cool. So I'm not nervous about messing up or anything. I just hope people like my new music. I don't know.
That's my favorite moments that I've ever been to a concert. As those standout moments, when they mess up. I remember seeing Coldplay at our iHeartRadio theater in Burbank, and they started playing "Viva La Vida," and when they started singing oh, and then Chris started singing and the bass guitarist turned to the drummer and went, and I was like, something's wrong, something's up. And Chris stopped. He goes, hold on, I fucked up, I wasn't paying attention. And it was the greatest, it was the biggest cheer of the night, and it was just the most memorable moment, and it was just so warm. So
yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you don't, this the most important thing, if any new performer is watching this or listening, like don't let it affect you. Because I've also seen shows where someone messes up and like they get inside their head and it would just ruin your whole show. And you just have to laugh it off. And people want to be in the moment with you. It's okay. It's very human to mess up, and it actually makes you more lovable. So, it's
more
interesting.
relatable. It's the blooper reel.
More relatable. Yes.
Yeah.
Totally. So
that's fun.
If people come to my shows, I know for a fact I'm going to fuck up all the time. So I hope they like it.
Hey, real quick, speaking of new music and stuff, are you finding that people are wanting things to be a little bit more candid, more barefaced, especially after the past year and a half? And I know you've always been that way anyway, but do you feel like they want that even more? Is that changing your writing, or
what do you mean? Like,
a little more real, they want,
people want the real
more
shit.
transparency, more vulnerability.
Well, I feel like besides Drunk, I did put out like more folkier kind of like very heartfelt stuff during the pandemic. But even my stuff that's like it's hard to base it off of Drunk because it's very overproduced and it's like a party song.
Mm.
I don't mean overproduced in that way, but it's like it's a big like pop production. So I don't know, with the other new stuff, some of it's really big and funny. A lot of the stuff that I was writing last year has kind of jokey undertones to it,
Mm.
which is my kind of favorite way to write. So I don't really know how to answer that question, and I don't know if people are gonna want that yet because they haven't heard the new stuff. So I have wonderful, amazing fans that always want to hear new music, and they're always really open, whether I'm like, I'm doing country now or this is my pop stuff. I feel very, very lucky that I have kind of a broad range of people who listen to my music. So no one's told me
Yeah.
to shut the fuck up so far.
Nobody would ever. Not to your face.
Fair.
No. So during this, we're going to roll into the song Drunk. Can you tell us, as people listen to it on Myfm, is there something they should listen for specifically that you love, like in the lyrics or even in the production of it, that you're like, hey, we worked really hard on this hook part or on this bridge or whatever. So as I play it, what should people really listen to?
I will say, and I don't know if Miranda will get mad at me for saying this, but I wrote this song with Martin Johnson, and Martin Johnson he's like a wild, crazy, creative pop genius. He truly, truly is. And anytime we write a song, when I go in to do vocals, he's like, I took it up two keys or whatever it's called. And so he always wants me to, like, I always lose my voice after a Martin Johnson vocal session. And so Miranda and most of the chorus, because we rewrote it the year before last. And so most of the chorus was from when I was 24 years old. So, and I had much different pipes. So when Miranda came in to sing it, she was like, how do you sing this? This is so high. So this is some of the, like, the raspiest, what's past tense? The most raspy that I've ever heard from Miranda Lambert. And if you really listen, she's really, really going for the rasp. And I love it. I really feel like it made it. And she sounds so amazing, but neither of us could sing afterwards. So it was really hard. And I do remember we had to drink a lot, and it was really, really fun. But I hope she's not mad that I said that.